Are you interested to see one historical monument and a mysterious palace which has 3 underground floors, and if somebody goes inside may get lost? Yes, I'm talking about Talatal Ghar. Talatal Ghar is a 18th century palace cum military base located in Rangpur, which is 4 km from Sibsagar, Assam. It is a 7-storied monument which has 3 underground floors and 4 floors at the top. অসমৰ শিৱসাগৰত অৱস্থিত তলাতল ঘৰ হৈছে বুৰঞ্জীৰে ঐতিহ্যমণ্ডিত এখন বিশিষ্ট ঠাই, য'ত আহোম ৰাজত্বৰ বহুতো কাহিনী আৰু ৰহস্য জড়িত হৈ আছে। I used to read a lot about this Talatal Ghar during my school days. Now I'm feeling really excited and feeling highly blessed to visit this Talatal Ghar. Talatal Ghar was initially constructed by King Rudra Singha in the year of 1707, and he brought one very renowned architect named Ghanashyam from Kuch Bihar to design this particular palace. Later, his successor Rajeshwar Singha completed the construction of this particular monument in 1760. আহক আমি একেলগে তলাতল ঘৰৰ ৰহস্যৰ বিষয়ে অলপমান জানো আৰু শিকো। Let us enjoy the bird-eye view of this miraculous place. আহক আমি নিজকে চৰাই বুলি কল্পনা কৰি তলাতল ঘৰৰ ওপৰৰ দৃশ্যটো চাওঁ। ওপৰত প্ৰথম মহলাৰ ওপৰত দেখিছেনে সেই ছাদখন, এই বিশাল ৰাজপ্ৰসাদটোৰ ওপৰৰ ছাদখন এনেকুৱা লাগিছে যেন ইয়াত এখন কোনোবা এয়াৰপৰ্টৰ এৰোড্ৰম হয়, য'ত এৰোপ্লেন পৰিব পাৰে। During that time, there were 2 underground tunnels were being constructed from this Talatal Ghar. One tunnel is around 3 kilometers, and that tunnel connects this particular place to Dikho River. And a river is there from 3 kilometers. So underground, that tunnel connects this place to that. And another tunnel is there, 16-kilometer tunnel, quite long, and that tunnel connects this place to Gorgaon Palace. And this was done to protect the royal family so that they can hide and go safely to other places if any enemy invades this place and capture this palace. Now we have come to the upper floor, which used to be the royal palace. Later it was destroyed during the Maurya rebel and later Burmese attack and British rule. Right below this, there is the ground floor, and beneath that 3 underground stories are there. The ground floor was used for the horse stable, used as servant rooms and storerooms. So here we have come to the Royal Majesty's courtyard. This is the open space you can see. This was used as the main courtyard. It was built with semi-permanent material like timber, wood, etc. This is the place where the royal judgment took place. We call it Borsora in Ahom, and also nowadays we can term it as Adalat. In some places you can see some markings on this terrace where the sal wood, the strong wood pillars were positioned at different places to build a beautiful courtyard over here. Can you see a separate building on the right side? I'll tell you some mysterious facts about this particular building. এতিয়া বলকচোন চাওঁ এই ৰহস্যময় ঘৰটোৰ ভিতৰত কি আছে। This particular room was meant for maternity ward that time. So when the queens and other royal ladies were pregnant, they were shifted to this ward and they gave birth to babies and they were shifted back to the palace. This ritual was followed to maintain the health hygiene and the safety of the royal women. Below you can see on the ground floor there are different horse stables in it with multiple doors across. Now if we go towards the left side of the entry point from where we entered, you will find this temple, dome shape at the top with a conical structure at the tip of the temple. This temple was also famously known as Ostadip Pal Temple. If we go inside the temple, you can see there are different slots available to keep the diyas or the statues of different gods and deities. তলাতল ঘৰটোৰ চাৰিওকাষে তিনিটা গড় বনোৱা হৈছিলে। গড় হৈছে বিল্ডিং ষ্ট্ৰাকচাৰ যিটো শত্ৰুৰ কাৰণে এই বাঁছগড়, মাছগড় আৰু ভিতৰ গড়। These three barricades or building structure were there during that time to protect this palace from foreign invasions. তলাতল ঘৰত সোমাবলৈ তিনিখন মুখ্য দুৱাৰ আছিল। বৰ দুৱাৰ যিফালে ৰজা মহাৰাজা আৰু উচ্চপদস্থ বিষয়াবোৰ সোমাইছিল, আৰু এইখন হৈছে ন দুৱাৰ যিফালে সৈন্য সামন্ত আৰু যুদ্ধৰ অস্ত্ৰ শস্ত্ৰ আনিছিল, আৰু এইখন হৈছে পানী দুৱাৰ যিফালেদি কুইন আৰু বিভিন্ন ৰাজকীয় মহিলাসকলৰ আগমন হৈছিল। এতিয়া বলক আমি যাওঁ তলাতল ঘৰৰ ভিতৰত একেলগে, কিন্তু সাৱধান তাত যাতে আমি হেৰাই নাযাওঁ। Let us go inside the Talatal Ghar and let's be careful that we should not get lost. This particular room was called Mantranalaya, where the Ahom king and his assistants used to conduct very confidential royal meetings over here. এতিয়া আমি গৈ থাকোঁ আৰু চাওঁ তলাতল ঘৰৰ আৰু ৰহস্য কি আছে ভিতৰ ফালে। ইয়াৰ ভিতৰৰ আৰ্কিটেকচাৰ ইমান সৌন্দৰ্য, ইমান আপুৰুগীয়া, কিছুমান জেগাত আপুনি লক্ষ্ণৌৰ ভুলভুলেয়াৰ লগত সামঞ্জস্য দেখা পাব। You will find lot of similarities in certain architectural pattern with Lucknow's ভুলভুলেয়া। মই এতিয়া আপোনালোকক এটা বহুতেই ৰহস্যময়ী বস্তু দেখাম। Can you see this particular door from distance? You feel that you can go through inside that particular door. But if you come nearer, you will find that it is very narrow. The purpose behind keeping this particular door so narrow is if some foreign enemy appears there and try to come inside this particular door, then the security guard will notice that and they can catch them on the spot, thinking that they are not familiar with this particular door and they are strangers. এইটো উল্লেখনীয় যে এই তলাতল ঘৰ ৰাজকীয় প্ৰসাদটো বনাওঁতে কেনেকৈ প্ৰতিটো কথাই খেয়াল ৰখা হৈছিলে। আৰ্কিটেকচাৰটোৰ এটা এটা বস্তু লেখত ল'বলগীয়া। এইখিনিতে মই আৰু এটা কথা কওঁ যে এই ব্ৰিকবিলাক ৱাটাৰপ্ৰুফ ব্ৰিক। These all the bricks which were used to construct this particular structure were waterproof for 1000 years. Nothing will happen. So if you touch this brick, you will feel the slipperiness, unlike the normal bricks where you will find the red color sticking to your palms if you touch the modern bricks. These strong and durable brick walls were made using locally available organic materials. To construct these structures were made of bora saul, is a local rice mixture of that along with duck egg, bodali fish, snails and jaggery, locally found available materials. They made a paste out of it and they cement those different bricks to make this structure. Now I am going to introduce you with someone who is very knowledgeable and going to take us through this unique monument in the world. So here with me in Sibsagar, I have met this gentleman called Nityanand Barua. He is a local guide. He is a government registered guide, and he will help us to know about this particular place and about the history, the culture. And I'll hand it over to Mr. Nityanand. Please go ahead.
Okay. Namaskar to everyone. First of all, I'd like to explain something about the building. Okay, it is actually called the Talatal Ghar, and firstly it was constructed during the time of Ahom King Rudra Singha in 1698, but around 1759 to 69 during the time of Rajeshwar Singha, it was converted to concrete building. And when the King Ahom King Rajeshwar Singha converted this building, he constructed as a 7-story building, underground 3 stories and above the ground 4 stories. So underground 3 stories, that's called Talatal Ghar, but above the ground 4 stories, that's called the Ghar. And then to go underground 3 stories, there was a secret passage, but already closed during the time of British. Why? Because when the British entered Assam and captured the political power in Assam, so 3 to 4 British persons, 3, 4, 5 maybe, British personnel, they went inside, but they never came back from there. That means they died. So in future, some other people may also die. So they closed the way. Then again, it has an underground connection with Karang Ghar at Gargaon, 15 kilometers away from here up to Karang Ghar, because there that was actually the residence of the Ahom kings. So that during the time of Ahom king, can go from here up to there during the time of enemy attack. Yeah, during the time of enemy attack, that tunnel was also constructed.
16 kilometers, I believe.
Yes. Okay, we are proceeding here now. Yeah, about this also. As you are seeing here, both sides, small seals are there. Here at the middle point, you can see a short type of doors are there. Actually, these were constructed shortly because it was a kind of military technique to fight against the enemy. So, what was the technique? You can see. Suppose from outside, enemies are coming here to capture the building after removing the king, suppose, or after defeating the king. Then, what did the local soldiers do? So the local soldiers with their swords, open swords, they hide themselves like this. So when the enemy soldiers came from that side, due to the shortness of the door, they have to bow down. And if, suppose myself, coming from that side, I bow down, yes, I bow down, then before my body, my head appeared this side, isn't it? So whenever enemy soldiers' head appeared, the local soldiers can usually slay in their head, sever their head. So that is why they are those constructed Sharma.
Oh,
So it was the reason behind.
okay, great. Very
Can you
interesting.
proceed there now?
Yes, please. So they made the enemies as their victims. In Hindi, we call it Bali ka Bakra.
So about this place now. This one? Yeah. As I told you, all these parts used as the army tents. That is why always, especially in the morning and evening, the local soldiers, here the sibling was there before. During the time of the king, so they used to pray to Lord Shiva here. So when they drain out, pour down the milk, water or flour at the sibling, that drain out to that another drain. Bigger drain, then that bigger drain connected to river depot. During the time of king.
This drain connects to river depot. That side.
But most of the part of this drain now remain only inside the campus.
আপোনালোকে যে দেখা পালে আহোম ৰজাই শিৱলিংগত ৰাতিপুৱা যেতিয়া পূজা কৰিছিল গাখীৰ পানী ফুল ইত্যাদি এই ড্ৰেইনটোৰে গৈ পেলাই দিখৌ নৈত পৰিছিল
So now about this part, it was, that means I am going to explain you about the secret passage. We have to go underground histories first.
Okay.
So it is a inner wall, you can see. That side the outer wall is there. And this way coming down one series of steps. At the second floor the king's bedroom is there. And at the bedroom, one front, one back. That means the two doors are there. Then again, behind this inner wall, two dark rooms are there. Suppose the king is taking some rest at the second floor, at his bedroom. Suppose if through the front door some enemies entering there to hold the king, then through the back door the king could come down at the ground floor. Then when the king entered to the first dark room, then again at the dark room there was a big hole. So when the king entered through the hole, then again under this inner wall he could reach inside this secret passage. That means between the two walls, down under the series of steps, it's a secret passage coming from that side up to here. So coming up to 3 to 4 meters up to here, then again from this point, but through this ground level, this way going down another series of steps. Okay. So king firstly went to the underground 3 stories, but I myself also have not seen the secret tunnel to the Karang Ghar. The king went up to the Karang Ghar. But already close here also, that hole also during the time of British. As I told you before, because they are lost their people. The Britishers lost their 4 or 5 persons. Yes. Can see what that side is.
বৰ্তমান আমি চাবলৈ গৈ আছোঁ ৰজা মহাৰাজাৰ মনোৰঞ্জনৰ স্থল বা নাচঘৰ This place used to be the most exotic and interesting place, and Mr. Barua will explain us about this.
About this room, it was the Nas Ghar, Nasani Ghar. That means what? For the entertainment of the king used to sit at one place here inside this room, and in front of the king, 3, 4, 5 dancing girls danced for the entertainment of the king.
Oh, okay. Shall we go outside and see? Boloksun bahirot ki asile saunge.
We are now standing here at the third floor. And
Okay.
then again at the top of this roof, another story was there, small room actually, but completely collapsed due to the 1950 earthquake. And that upper story was used as the observatory. That means to see sometimes the king used to sit there or stand there to see the surrounding areas.
And they can go through this staircase.
Yes. But nowadays it is closed by the department. Why? Because due to the accidents. Sometimes some accidents may take place here because that side no railing is there also.
Designs on the walls signifies the great creativity of the artist during that time. Now we are going towards the terrace and we'll see the courtyard view from the top. আমি এতিয়া টেৰাছৰ পৰা ৰাজসভাৰ কাল্পনিক ভিউটো চাম।
From here, I want to repeat again. This side is old part. Here actually the king's royal court was there. Royal court seated there. Suppose that side, at the middle point, the king's throne was there, and both sides high-rank ministers and officers seated all together for day-to-day discussion. And then, but it was not open. Both sides wooden pillars were there. Wooden pillar of sal tree. And wooden walls were also there. At the top, that roof made of thatch was also. Thatch roof was also there. But due to 1789, rebellion, Muammar rebellion, according to sources, the rebels burned down the
structure. Okay.
The structure.
আহক আমি এতিয়া শিৱ মন্দিৰটো চাওঁ।
About this part, it was the Shiva temple, but it was preserved only for the royal family. That means the king, queen, and their children. Okay. Then after this point,
Since there are a lot of background noise and echo inside this Shiva temple, I would like to interpret what Mr. Barua is saying, that within this temple there were a lot of golden and silver statues of gods and goddesses which were taken away by Muamuriya and Burmese and the British during their rule. During the time of their invasion, Ahom kings and their subordinates dumped lot of gold and silver in a pond just behind the Shiva temple. Later, the local villagers used to pick up those ornaments and the statues from the pond, so the pond name was Gold Lifting Pond. এই পুখুৰীটোৰ পৰা বহুতো গাঁৱলীয়া মানুহে জাকৈ মাৰি সোণ উঠোৱাৰ কাৰণে এই পুখুৰীটোৰ নাম আছিলে সোণতোলা পুখুৰী। Now let us go inside the underground floors of Talatal Ghar. বলক এতিয়া আমি তলাতল ঘৰৰ ভিতৰৰ ৰহস্য উদ্ঘাটন কৰোঁ।
and so now about this room, it was used as a secret meeting. Actually, what? Suppose there will be a war against the enemies. So what will be the war strategy against the enemy? So all these things discussed here among six persons. They closed this door and window. So who were the 6 persons? The Ahom king, he had 3 ministers, Bira Gohai, Bor Gohai, and Bor Gohai, and 2 high-rank officers, Bor Barua and Bor Kon. So they very secretly discussed here. And here under the ground, completely empty. That is why doom, this you are producing the sound, because under the ground it's hollow.
You can see the algae are formed on the walls, which gives a greenish pattern. So every 4 to 5 years, government officials, they inspect this and polish and clean this wall to maintain the grandeur of this place.
Hilikha is a kind of fruit, our Assamese fruit, bitter fruit, juice of hilikha, and methi seed also is spicy seed, and black lentil, kala mungal, etc. And limestone also, and powder of brick powder also, molas also they mixed up.
So Mr. Barua has explained what are the materials that were used to build the walls during that time. এতিয়া বলকচোন চাওঁ সিক্ৰেট টানেলটো কোনখিনি জেগাতনো বনাইছিলে।
It was actually the escaping room. escaping room, and here it was the hole as I told you. So it is the inner wall. Whatever I show you from outside, it is the inner wall. That side the outer wall is there, and this way is coming down the series of steps. So when the king came down to the series of steps and entered through this door, then again through this hole he could reach. Then through this hole under this inner wall he could reach that side at the
বুৰঞ্জীবিদসকলৰ মতে এই চিক্ৰেট টানেলটো বা গোপন সুৰংগটো ইয়াৰ পৰাই বনোৱা হৈছিলে গড়গাঁৱৰ ৰাজকাৰেঙলৈকে। সেইকাৰণে অসমীয়াত এটা কথা আছে, ইয়াতে মাৰিলে টিপা গড়গাঁও পালেগৈ শিপা। Let us see another place where the excavation work was done. Around 13 to 14 feet was excavated, but nothing was found. Entirely it was concrete, so it is still a mystery. And when you enter the doors, you will see the subsequent doors becoming narrower. And on this side, you can see the staircases through which the king used to enter and come to this particular room.
This under this series of steps without seeing by the enemy.
Okay. Now, from the underground floor, we are climbing towards the upper floor.
Moreover, you can see some beautiful carvings here, sculpture here, constructed during the time of the British here. But due to the passage of time, they are now falling down.
Okay. What is this room? Yeah, we'll see. According to Mr. Barua, this particular room was one of the most beautiful room during that time because the main Raskareng, the palace was in Gurgaon. So when the king visits Talatal Ghar, then he used to stay temporarily in this particular bedroom.
King and queen, they could enjoy the beauty outside.
Now you are going upstairs and enjoy the view of this Talatal Ghar from outside.
And both these were the quarters for the pujaris and Brahmins, that means the priestess.
Oh,
And
okay.
yes, this side you can see, it was also a part of this temple but already broken due to the 1950 earthquake. And about this way, all these are same the army camps only, as I told you before. And it was used as a protection wall only. And this protection wall reached up to this way, another wall is there joined up to there. But most of the parts break down due to the 1950 earthquake. But one thing more, you can see there is one gap there. So at that gap, this type of big door was also there. Along with that door, most of the part of this wall collapsed. Here.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And we are really grateful for your time and giving so much knowledge about this particular place, Talatal Ghar.
Yeah, it is the biggest historical monument in Assam actually, and moreover, constructed during the time of the Ahom kings. It is the largest one. I request you all, if anybody want to see the places in Sibsagar, not only at this Talatal Ghar, about the Talatal Ghar, Saraidul, Karanghar, Shivdol, Jaisagar, Temple and Tank, this way Ranghar, etc. If you want to visit the places in Sibsagar historical monuments, you can contact me through this Bira. Thank you.
Thank you so much. In front of Talatal Ghar, there were 3 cannons kept. This bigger one was used during the battle, the famous battle in Saraighat 1671. And the right one is called Hati Huria. It looks like elephant nose. And this one is called Hati Khujia because of the shape of the cannon look like elephant foot. So different cannons were named with their design. Hope you enjoyed the virtual tour to Talatal Ghar. I wish you come here with your family and enjoy this place. And please contact Mr. Nityanand Barua, who is a very helpful and knowledgeable person for any assistance in Sibsagar. Thank you, and please take very good care of yourself. Bye.